Hi guys, welcome. My name is Tennessee. Today I'm bringing you a yen class that focuses on an emotional release. So typically you hold emotions into your sacral, your second chakra. That is your emotional space. However, you can hold emotions into the body anywhere it's manifested. So into the shoulders, into your neck, into your jaw. Wherever you have tension in the body is typically where you're holding your emotions. And they usually associate to a different type of emotion or a different type of trauma depending on what's happened to you in your life's journey. So with that, we're going to see if we can tap into those, see if we can help move any of that stuck energy and release whatever you're holding on to. Now, I always start my classes with a chakra clearing. If you don't know what chakras are, there's 7 energy sources throughout your body. They start at the base of your spine and they work their way up through the crown of your head. So again, I just want you to check in. Notice what feels good. Notice of any discomfort. If you're holding on to the discomfort, see if you can release that or surrender into that, allowing those emotions to come to surface. With that said, we're going to start in an easy seated pose today. So just here as you are, crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine. If you have a half lotus, Ardha Padmasana, I would ask you to bring your right foot up into your left hip crease. If you've got a full lotus where you can bring both feet up into your hip crease, you can sit that way as well. Whatever works for you, whatever feels comfortable enough for you. So go ahead and get seated, grounding it through your sitting bones, lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall, and we'll get started. Now go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. See if you can surrender a little bit further into the body, releasing any tension, grounding, allowing that energy to just release. Good. Now, I just want you to bring your focus, your energy awareness to the base of your spine, to your root chakra, your first chakra. This is your I am space. This is your foundation, your safety, your security. This is where everything starts. Now just check in, notice what feels good, notice of any discomfort. Now on your inhale, bring your focus, your energy awareness into your second chakra, the space below your belly button, your sacral. This is your I feel space, where you house your emotions, your desires, your sexuality, also known as your mother womb. Now slowly move your energy up into your third chakra, the space above your belly button, your solar plexus, your I do space. This is what drives you, where your passions, your creativity, your power all lie. Now work your energy up into your fourth chakra, your heart. Your I love space, space of relationships, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. And now work your energy into your fifth chakra, your throat. Your I speak space, space of communication, your truth. Gently guide your energy up into your sixth chakra, the space just between your eyebrows, your I see space, your space of intuition, your third eye. And then finally take your focus, your energy awareness all the way above your head to your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. Your I understand space, your path to enlightenment. Now I want you to draw your energy all the way down to the base of your spine and then inhale it through the 7 chakras through the crown of your head. Notice if anything gets stuck, of any discomforts, or if it feels good. Work to bring your focus, your energy awareness to those areas throughout your class today. One big clearing breath in. Audible exhale, let that go. Nice work, guys. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. You can keep your legs where you're at. Inhale, reach your arms all the way above your head. Exhale, find a twist in your spine. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Plant your right hand back behind. Sit up tall, extend through the crown of your head. Take your gaze slightly back. Now inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. See if you can get a little deeper into your twist. Now you're just warming up, so you can take it as easy as you need right here. Give me one more breath. Exhale, slowly release, come back to your midline. Now if you're in a half lotus, I ask that you switch that out. So draw the blade of your right foot down and take the blade of your left foot up into your right hip crease. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, find that twist again. Place your left hand back behind, right hand to the outside of your left knee. Sit up tall, extend through the crown of your head, and then see if you can get deep into your twist. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, see if you can get deeper. Always using your breath to move. Good, give me one more here. Exhale, slowly release, come all the way back into your midline. Now just plant the soles of your feet together. Find your Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Interlace your fingers to the blades of your feet. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, see if you can forward fold. Pull your elbows to the outsides of your shins and just allow yourself to hinge from your hips. Let your head hang heavy. Just kind of breathe into this. Try not to create any more tension into the body. So wherever you feel tension, just pause and breathe and just kind of sit into the posture. Try to find stillness. Now you can stay here or wherever you're at. Another option is just to walk your hands slightly forward. See if you can get a little bit deeper. Just kind of surrender into the upper body. Allow that sensation to move through your low back, through your groin and your hips. One more breath. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Exhale, extend your legs out to the side. Now inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, take your left hand underneath your right thigh. Now press your left elbow to the inside of your left thigh. Good, extend your right arm straight up. Take your gaze up to your right hand. Exhale, reach, extend over your ear. Keep your bicep in line with your ear. Now option to stay here. If this is where you're at, stay here. This is quite an extensive side bend into your low back on your right side, into the hip. So I want you to extend and reach. Now if you can grab your left big toe with your right hand, grab your toe and take your gaze underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, slowly come back to your midline. Go ahead and release. And then switch it out. Take your right hand underneath your left shin or left thigh. Pull your right elbow inside your right thigh or your groin. Inhale, lengthen, extend, reach with your left arm. Reach up. Now option to stay here. See if you can find that side bend, reaching your arm over your ear, keeping your bicep in line with your ear. Now if you can grab your big toe or grab for it, go ahead and take your gaze underneath your left shoulder. Good, inhale, come all the way back to your midline. And let that go. Now keep your left leg extended out to your left side. Take the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Square your hips and shoulders towards your ankle. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana. Find your forward fold. Now try not to open up here. You want to square your shoulders towards your knee or your ankle. You can place your hands outside your shin and just kind of settle in. Allow your head to hang heavy. Now see if you can bring your focus into your body. Noticing where your sensations are, noticing where your tension lies. Noticing any emotions that come to the surface. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. And exhale, switch it out. Extend your right leg back out to the right side. Take your left sole of your foot to the inside of your right thigh. Square your hips and shoulders towards your ankle. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. Now you may have emotions that come up on different sides of the body. So you have your left side is your feminine side, your right side is your masculine side, and then you have your midline, which is your Sushumna. So your left side is your Ida, your feminine, your right side is your Pingala, your masculine. And in your Sushumna, your midline, those intertwine. And when those intertwine, that's when the chakras are formed. So as they come up into the body, you may have different sensations on your right versus your left. So your left side may have pulled up some other different emotions, then your right side may have pulled up different or more emotions, or none at all. It just depends on what's going on into the body. And all I want you to do is just kind of recognize those and bring those into your forefront and just kind of sit with them. What I like to do, or what I like to tell clients that I work with when I do Reiki on clients, is how can you sit them at a table and ask them what they need? It's just a simple conversation. Your body will tell you, and when we sit and meditate and ask, it'll show you. Go ahead and inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, just extend your legs straight to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Now just kind of again settle in, hinging from the hips. Pull your belly button into spine. And then just kind of allow your head to hang, surrendering into the upper body, but also surrendering into the hips. So we did our left side, our feminine side, we did our right side, our masculine side. Now we're doing our midline, our Sushumna, bringing those both together. So when I deal with my clients and we talk about trauma in the body, regarding your left and your right, your left side is your mother's side and your right is your father's side. So you can notice in the body where you hold your tension and where your trauma is stored. If it is in your family lineage, kind of where does it feel? Does it feel more on your left side? Does it feel more on your right side? Are you holding the tension equally into the midline? Is it both of the sides of the family? Wherever it is in the body, it's going to store there. Good work today, guys. Inhale, lift all the way back up. And then exhale, come all the way onto your knees. Now, option to tuck your toes under, option to ground through the tops of your feet. Now, just keep your hips stacked to your knees. Find your puppy dog pose. So reach, extend to the top of your mat. Lead your torso down. And then draw your chin down to your mat. Now, if this is too extensive, that's okay. You can bring your forehead down. The most important is leading with your heart down to down to your mat. You should feel this into your upper back, in between your shoulders. But as well into the front side of the body, into the rib cage. Inhale, slowly lift back up. You may need to add a cat pose here, so tuck in, round up. Feel the opposition into the body. And then work your way into a child's pose. So untuck your toes, bring your big toes to touch, and just shift your hips all the way back. Reach, extend to the top of your mat, and then just draw your third eye down. Option to stay here, option to bring your palms to touch. And then just draw your knuckles of your thumbs to the nape of your neck. And then stretch out your triceps. Slowly release, draw your hands down to the top of your mat. Come all the way up. And then just work your way onto your bellies. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, untuck your toes. Now ground through the tops of your feet, through your thighs and through your hip bones. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Now this is just a slight lift, barely any pressure into your hands. Your fingers are spread wide, and just take your gaze to the top of your mat. Try to extend through the crown of your head. Keep breathing. Exhale, slowly lower down. Tap your third eye down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. You're creating pressure into the sacral, into your second chakra. Exhale, slowly lower, as well as to the low back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, come all the way back down. Good. Draw your third eye down, just shake out your hips, let that go. And then come all the way back up. Find your seated position. I'm going to face you guys. So go ahead and find your cow face pose. So take your left knee and then just cross over your right. Now, you want to keep your feet the same distance on both sides of your thighs. So either in line with your hips, you can take your heels in line or to your midline of your thighs, or up in line with your knees. It depends on how open your hips are for this. Typically, the easiest posture is to pull your feet back in line with your hips, but you want them equal distance on both sides. Keep grounding into your sitting bones. So if one hip is lifting up, try to pull that back down. Now, inhale, lift, extend, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then exhale, forward fold. Create a little bit of pressure on your knees. If you need to stay lifted and this is where you're at, if this is quite intense for you, then stay here. Otherwise, if you can create that pressure, find the forward fold. Now, final option is to walk your hands further out. You can come all the way down to your forearms, tuck your chin in, and just kind of settle in. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, switch it out. So bring your left knee down, stack your right on top of your left. Again, work for your feet equal distance on each side of your legs. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, find the forward bend. Now, if you're here, if you're lengthening, extending, and your knee is up, and this is where you're at, that's okay. Just energetically pull your knee down, and as you work towards, or as you keep practicing, you'll slowly start to open up the hip, and then you can find that forward fold. And it's okay if one side is, again, tighter than the other side. Just notice which side you're on, or which side is tighter, and notice where the tension is in the body. You know, when we start to uncover these emotions into the body, some that have been buried for years, for decades, for the trauma that's been held into the body for as long as you can remember, when the first step is just noticing and bringing awareness into that emotion, and then just kind of holding space for it. Don't become the emotion. Allow that emotion, be aware of it, and allow it to kind of flow through. It's okay to let that surrender. And if you do become the emotion, that's okay too. Sometimes we have so much trauma, it becomes so overwhelming. And that's fine. It takes many years to get through your trauma if you even do that in this lifetime. Inhale, slowly come back up. And then go ahead and come all the way onto your backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Find an Apanasana, wind relieving pose. So reach for opposite elbows for a deeper compression. See if you can pull the back of your neck down without constricting your breathing. Just give yourself a big hug. Typically when you have emotions held in your sacral, in your second chakra, you'll typically find that you have a block in your throat. So you're unable to speak your truth, or you have been for so long. You're not able to express those emotions. So it's okay to open up your throat with breath work, to hum and sing. You can yell, you can scream, you can journal, anything like that to help if you've noticed these emotions that are coming up and it's quite overwhelming, but you can't put your kind of words or voice to it. You can just express it in any kind of way that helps you open up the throat. You don't necessarily have to go into that emotion and talk and do all of that stuff with it if it's just too scary. Again, you can hum, sing, scream, yell, breath, open, breath of fire, anything like that. Good work, guys. Go ahead and just release your left leg long to the top of your mat. Keep hugging your right knee up and in. This time take it outside your rib cage, back up into your shoulder. Ardha Apanasana, half wind relieving pose. Again, an option to reach for opposite elbows. Working on our right side, so our masculine side, father's side, Pingala. It's also your sun energy. So your sun is your heated side, your active side. Good, now go ahead and just switch it out. Release your right leg down to the top. Hug your left knee up and in. Take it outside your rib cage, back up into your shoulder. Now your left side is also your moon energy. Your feminine, your mother, your moon. So it's associated to that water energy. Or a softer, not so hard, not so rigid. Guys, go ahead and release your left leg long to the top of your mat. Now inhale, slowly bring your legs up straight up to the ceiling. Find your legs up the wall pose. You can soft bend into your knees as much as you need to. Just release any tension through your body. So I want you to check in with your toes, your ankles, your feet, your calves, your knees, your hips, your low back, your chest, your shoulders, your neck, your head, your jaw. Kind of surrender in. Allow the blood to drain down into your torso. bringing more oxygen into the organs. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest or digest. So typically when you're doing active or you're in your vinyasa or anything like that, you're activating your sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight, flight, or freeze. That's also active or can be too open and constant when you've held trauma into the body or when you have an overwhelming anxiety or depression. So it's always good to come back into your parasympathetic to help close the sympathetic and activate the parasympathetic. Just slowly lower your heels down to the top of your mat. Once your heels touch the top of your mat, find yourself a good morning stretch. So inhale, reach your arms all the way above your head. Just point your toes towards the front. Big inhale, hold it at the top. Audible exhale, release. Allow your hands to fall out to the side, palms face up. Close your eyes and come into your final Shavasana. Option to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring life back into your bodies. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. Now slowly come into a fetal position, either on your right or your left side. Your masculine, your feminine, your Pingala, or your Ida. And then just work your way up to an easy seated pose, back to where we started. So crossing at your ankles, just lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Take all that good energy, bring it down into your heart center, your heart space, your fourth chakra. Inhale your confidence, your self-love, your self-acceptance. And then exhale all your fears and doubts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.